the people that you screwed up, not you personally, but the people that the church screwed up way too bad.
Okay.
Just what would you say to them? Like, I'm done. Too many rules.
Right.
I go to this church. They've got a new set of rules. This church has a different set of rules, and everyone's got their own rules within it. Screw it.
Yeah. I guess for that person, I would say, one, forgive the church and forgive leadership. I would say, secondly, find. I guess this would be my plea. Is like, okay, the church may have screwed some things up. Okay. Where's Christ in the middle of this? Like, we still have to answer who's Jesus, right? Like, so the most pivotal question Jesus asked his disciples is, who do you say I am? And so we still have to give an answer to that question. So I would implore people to go back to find Jesus. In finding Jesus and getting back to Scripture, what does Scripture actually teach and say as far as what does it look like to follow him? What does it look like? These are the do's, these are the don'ts, right? I mean, I referenced, some passage in the last couple episodes, and like go back to those and like, what does it reference and saying, this is what it looks like to follow Jesus. This is what I'm asked to do. This is what I'm not asked to do. And kind of have a bearing of what actually is like essential, and actually have a bearing of like, okay, this is actually sin. Like, this wasn't them being legalistic about sexual ethic. This actually is the sexual ethic of Scripture. Okay. And so to make sure we're clear on what is actually legalism, that's what I'm getting to. And then once you're clear on what, and I'm not saying you have to have all the answers. I'm just saying these are the things I would do. Get back to Jesus, get back to reading Scripture, find out what actually he says and what the New Testament writers say. Find out, what is the essentials there for salvation? What is the essentials there for, understanding again what's sin, what's not sin, and then in the midst of that, you're wanting to find a place where you can connect with, and not every church is legalistic. I promise you, not every church is legalistic. So find a church that is not legalistic, that is more interested in loving God and loving others than they are in just hammering rules every week, and find a church that's teaching that teaches the Bible. Like, just, we're reading this book of the Bible, and you hear it, and it's not just, you're not just having rules just pounded at you every week, and I'm not saying that reading the Scripture won't bring conviction, because it will. Like, we'll read something or we'll hear something and we'll go, oh man, I need to stop doing this, or I need to start doing this, or I need to ask the Lord about this in my life. Like, those are all good, healthy things when we encounter Scripture, but hopefully I don't feel shamed into things. So I would just want to, I guess I'm getting back to Jesus, get back to Scripture, and then find a church that actually is not just harping on all of these rules every week, but that's actually teaching the gospel of Jesus Christ, of, hey, we're saved by grace through faith, and teaching the word. And so that would, while also understanding that all of that's hard to do when you've been hurt through legalism. Like, so everything I'm saying, I'm acting like it's not a big deal, and I'm like almost detached the emotional part from it. But like, understanding that those are the things that I would do, even though I know I'm emotionally raw and hurt from it.
Things that you would do, or things that you're telling me I need to do?
Am I being legalistic? Yeah, I mean, yeah, this is I'm not telling you got to do it. I'm telling you, this would be my hope and prayer for you, that you would do.